Hey Taurus, this is your general tarot reading for Taurus, Sun, Moon and Ascendant or Rising sign for the month of September. Taurus, get that beautiful Taurus smile going on and light it up. Why? Because it's Virgo season, and Virgo, because it's their birthday, they're feeling generous and they are giving you the gift of lighting up your 5th house, which is all to do with fun, amusement, pleasure, play, being creative and being romantic. So this could be a real month for you, Taurus, where you get to shine and you get to show off a little bit. Yeah, as your first card hops out, the moon, but we're going to talk about the moon also in a moment, but just let me get finished with the 5th house. There is a lot of push this month on your part to step out and be seen, step out and be noticed. Maybe if you have a project going on or something that you're organizing, an event or anything like that, it's your thing, whatever that is. This is a moment for you where push it out there, get it out there, let people see the work that you're doing, the hobbies that you've created, the things that you're up to. Let them see it. This is a real month where you're putting your personal stamp on everything, and that's how it shines. There's an element here of separating a little bit from group thinking, separating from the group so that you can run ahead somewhat as an individual, you know. Get it, even that made me stammer. Some of you are saying, what? I have to run out away from the crowd as an individual? Yeah, it seems you do. And don't fear it. Don't fear it. The 5th house this month is a great time for you too, because we've the Sun, Mercury, Mars, the passionate one, and also Venus, your ruler, in Virgo in the 5th house as we enter the month. Venus, of course, loves pleasure. She loves everything to just go along with the flow, everything to be easy. She loves money, and in the 5th house, she may want to spend a few coin on buying something expensive, buying something quality, not half-assing it, not saying, oh, it'll do, but actually dipping in to the piggy bank and spending an extra few coin that you wouldn't usually like to spend on something that gives you great pleasure. And it could be something to do with your work, it could be something to do with what you're creating, a hobby. And it's like, if you've got the extra coin this month, buy that luxurious thing. Take a risk on something too. Venus is kind of saying, look, you'll be fine. Take a risk. Take a risk and it will pay off. So for some of you, I feel if you're thinking of taking a financial risk on something because you know it's going to help you level up in some way, then if it's practical, if you can do it, if you can dip into the piggy bank and it's not hurting you where you kind of can't pay your bills or can't pay your mortgage or anything like that, if it's something you can do, then it feels like perhaps it's a good idea to take the risk and spend that few coin on something pleasurable, something high quality and something high end, you know, because it seems to be worth it. And don't panic, because I know with Jupiter in the 8th house, for some of you, there's a feeling of wanting to expand your other resources, like your bank account, wanting to expand your nest egg, your kind of money coming in that you can kind of hide away for a rainy day. And there could be a real moment this month where you're saying, oh my God, my bank balance is just starting to look healthy or in a healthy way. Should I dip in and really buy that thing? But as I said to you, Taurus, if you can take a risk without it really hurting you, you know, without it kind of putting a real dent in your life in some way, then take that risk. Do it, go for it. Or perhaps, that's all I can say, perhaps you should go for it, you know. Now, 5th house has a lot to do with love and romance and sexual expression and attraction and magnetism. And that's you this month. Very, very magnetic, very alluring. Venus in there, your ruler, just sitting back and enjoying a kind of, for me, it's like a month of, the more you enjoy the fun, the more you enjoy the humor, the more you sit back and say, this is what I want to do. To hell with everybody else, this is what I want to do. Other people are telling me I can't do this and I can't do that. You know what? This month I'm an individual and I'm going to enjoy what I want to do. This gives me personal happiness and I'm going to do it. And I don't care what everybody else says. So there's a feeling of that coming out strong too. But love, love, love. For those of you in a relationship, this is a real month where the romance kicks in again. There could be a lot of re-flirting going on. A lot of the two of you just switching off the TV, switching off the video games, whatever, and just saying, come on, let's do something fun. Whatever you might deem as fun, Taurus. The two of you could be really getting back into a really happy kind of love zone with each other. And the singles, I'm not going to forget you, with Venus and Mars in the 5th house. Hello, love and passion in the house of sexual expression and magnetism and love and joy. Yeah, I kind of get a feeling there's something that might happen for you this month, if that's what you're interested in. But other things that are going on now, this is something I want to talk to you about, Taurus. We've got the full moon this month in the 11th house. It's a Pisces full moon. So what I'm feeling for you, Taurus, is a few things. Firstly, don't get stressed out about what other people think and how they might judge you and how they might see your flaws or your imperfections or how they might deem you as not doing enough, you know, being judged somewhat. Forget it. That stress might come to a head around the full moon, around September 14th. But there's a real moment of you saying, why did I worry so much about that? Why did I worry so much about what other people think? What people on my Facebook page or my social media group, what they think? What my group of friends think? What my group within my family or team and work? Why did I get so stressed out about them judging me? Especially if you're creating something too, or trying to be unique, or trying to do something on your own, create your own happiness in any way. There's a real feeling here, Taurus, of you saying, why did I worry so much about what other people thought about my happiness? Really, I should have just said from day one, I don't give a shit. I care about you. I want you to be happy. I want to get along with you. But you know what? I'm not going to sacrifice my happiness so that I fit in with a scene or fit in with a crowd or that I fall in line in some way. No, I'm going to take some of the stress out of that. That's not going to bother me anymore. I'm an individual and I'm going to do my own thing. Come hell or high water, I will do my own thing. Yes, and that thing that you're doing, the purpose behind it with Mars in there is to make you happy, to make you shine, and in some way to actually make you not care about what other people think, you know. And the other thing that might be happening too that I want you to be conscious of, Taurus, is that this month things could get a little bit weird and troublesome around the time of the full moon, September 14th, within a group. Now that could be on social media, that could be a group of friends, a team in work, or a large group of family or whatever, or even in your community. Things could get weird where I feel you could get very disappointed with something that's said, something that's being communicated, and maybe even a little bit of messiness or anger that comes out. I get the feeling, Taurus, you could be witness to somebody exposing something messy, a secret even, somebody exposing their bad behavior, sloppy behavior. That's what I'm feeling. Sloppy, messy, ignorant even behavior. And I want to say for some of you, if you're going out maybe with a group of people, whoever that may be, around the time of the full moon, and there might be drinks flowing or something like that, will you do your best, Taurus, to be a little bit vigilant? Just for this moment, don't take that extra glass. Try to keep a little level-headed here. Try to keep your emotions together. Try to keep yourself together, even if there's no drink involved, because I feel that somebody is going to act all out of whack. Somebody's going to do something inappropriate, say something inappropriate. They're just going to blurt out something and maybe insult a whole group of people, or maybe even blurt out something like expose a secret. And you're saying, how could you say that? I thought you were my friend. Or how could you behave that way with me? You're acting all weird with me. I thought you were my friend. So there's a real feeling of that, of getting a little bit hurt, or a little bit, oh my God, that is disgusting behavior, or that is totally and wholly inappropriate, what you did and what you said. And I don't think I can stand for that. I don't think I can stand by that. And I think that there's a feeling of being confused by what this person or people say or do. And there's a feeling of you saying, I've got to draw a line here. This isn't fair. You're confusing me. And I don't think I can stand for that sloppy or messy behavior. So there could be an element here of somebody who does something that they think is funny, like a prank, or they say something really hurtful and then say, oh, you know, don't take it so seriously, Taurus. I was only kidding. It was only a joke. But you feel, oh my God, that was a step too far. How dare you do that to me? How dare you make me feel that way? How dare you show me up within a group of people? How dare you write that on social media about me? How dare you attack me maybe on my Facebook page? How dare you do that? You know, so I feel, Taurus, you being quite sensitive around this, but this is something you have to see. This is something that I think for some of you takes away some fog about a certain group of people, or a certain friend situation, or a place, a scene that you hang out in. It's like, now I see it, now I get it. They're sloppy, they're messy, and in some cases they might be very two-faced. And you might see somebody even being somewhat cruel. And again, you might be there saying, I was so naive and foolish to have a conversation, maybe a deep conversation about my feelings to somebody, and they just laughed it off, or this or that. So Taurus, here's what I want you to do. You can avoid all this, by the way. You can avoid all of this. If you, with the Virgo earth magic energy this month, and you being a fellow earth sign, keep level-headed. Let other people get messy around the time of the full moon. Keep your communication factual and as clear as possible, because I think other people are being very foggy, and there could be a thing of feeling like you're really connecting with somebody about something, and they're agreeing with you and saying you're right, and then they let you down by behaving the complete opposite way. So again, Taurus, if you can stay level-headed and not to just kind of so innocently or naively trust somebody around the time of the full moon, use the Virgo energy to kind of analyze, see, observe, get to the truth of something, get to the heart of something, and see. If you do that, then you can avoid any messiness, I feel, messiness. And definitely, just for this month, if you can do your best not to take that extra glass, for those of you who do drink, you know, because I don't want you to be in that kind of circle of fire, you know, where other people are. It seems like they're almost looking for a fight, or looking for a way to antagonize a group. And like I said, if you're not paying attention, it could come your direction, you know. So that's a major heads up for you, Taurus. Major. But I also want you to say, or I also want to say to you, don't kind of get all uneasy or suspicious or worried about groups of people either. You can get through this as long as you stay level-headed. You know, that's the vibe. Strongly feeling that. That's when I was tuning into that energy. And it's interesting that the first card is the moon. The second card is a Cancerian card. That the moon is the ruler of Cancer. It's strong emotions, strong words being said, strong things being communicated. And I feel, Taurus, another thing, if some of you are thinking of going into either a business venture, or doing something creative with a friend, or doing something within a group, there could be a feeling of you doing all the hard work and other people saying, yeah, I'm all in. You being really generous, maybe getting the ball rolling, saying, oh, we're starting a new project, or we're starting this, or we're starting a new business, and getting so enthusiastic, spending money maybe. And this other person was just all, yeah, I'm in, but then they disappear. They just disappear. And that could hurt, Taurus, that could hurt. So what I'm feeling here for you is, if you're trying to do something or communicate something with a group of friends this month, make sure that everything is factual, make sure that everything is above board, and make sure that you're dealing with reputable people, people who don't back out of things. They say, yeah, I'll do that, I'm all in, and then back out, but leave you high and dry somehow. Yeah, don't fall for that. Don't fall for that. And you don't have to, Taurus. If you keep it sharp and keep it balanced. And did I just get the real feeling with you, Taurus? There could be a real eye-opening moment with the full moon, and it's all about who do I give my time, effort and energy to, and who I don't. And I see a line, real Virgo style, a line being drawn in the sand where there's a new set of boundaries between you and maybe a friend or a group of people. It's a kind of, you stay over there and I'll stay over here, because I don't like what I've seen. Yeah, I don't like what I've seen. And in some cases, I'll say this too, if there have been friends or groups of people who you've had suspicions about, who you felt have been kind of getting away with something, or you felt that their behavior was all off, and you're like, but they keep getting away with it. Nobody sees the truth of them. Nobody sees what I see. There could be a real moment this month where their shadiness does get exposed within a group of friends or something. It gets seen. So again, Taurus, I want you to be outside that circle of shade. I don't want you to be anywhere near it when it happens. You just carry on doing your own beautiful, creative, happy thing, and bring in the love and bring in the joy and happiness. Yeah. Now, we have on September 18th, Saturn going direct in Capricorn this month, which could mark, a whole rethink about how you feel about somebody. It's like your whole ideas it's like they're really changing now. For some of you, that could be an ideology, your spirituality, maybe even your political stance. It might just suddenly take a real turnabout. And you might just be surprised and shocked by that. But there's a feeling of, I'm seeing everything in a totally different way. I'm going to push ahead with my creativity. I'm going to push ahead with my thing. And I'm coming away from what I no longer believe in, what I can no longer stand by. I can no longer stand by people holding me back or making me fearful of being an individual. I should just do my own thing. I shouldn't have been listening to them. Yeah, so that's very strong. Now, Taurus, let me get two cards. We have a lot of energy from September 14th, where everything moves into Libra. Mercury, Venus, your ruler, on September 14th. September 23rd, autumn equinox, Sun in Libra. And then September 28th, the new moon in Libra. And that's all in your 6th house. So towards the end of the month, it's all about work. Getting yourself organized and getting yourself in a really good, practical workspace. So Taurus, we've all the cards we need. Now, let's go over to your, ta-da, big grand overview. So Taurus, look, the moon and Cancer, strong feelings, strong moods happening here. There are doubts, there are suspicions, an uneasy feeling with something. The feeling that somebody is hiding something. They're not being truthful, they're not being honest. There's a feeling I have here of you waiting for something to be revealed, waiting for a truth to be exposed, waiting for somebody to tell you on a positive level how they feel about you. It's almost like there is a secret, there is something unsaid. And in a positive way, like I said, it's like, I should tell this person how I feel, or I know they feel a certain way about me, but I wish they'd come right out and tell me, you know? So there's that strong vibe, but at the same time, sometimes this card is being on the warpath. Yeah, being on the warpath, getting in and feeling like I've places to go. I am on a mission. And I feel for some of you, there is a secret. It's almost like there's a real need for you to expose somebody's bad behavior. It's like I know in my heart and soul that somebody is acting weird. I know that they're not telling me the truth. I know that there's something they're hiding from me. I know it. And I'm going to find out what that is. And I won't stop until I find out what that is. Taurus, there's something happening here with you where I feel it's like I am determined to win something. I am determined to rise above something. I am determined not to be hurt by this. I am determined to win through where somebody tried to cast a little bit of shade on me. Lies, deceit, subterfuge, feeling like something has been working behind the scenes, and you're feeling it very strongly. And I feel you saying, you know what? I'm going to win out in all of this. I'm going to win. I'm going to win. Your lies are not going to get the better of me. What you're hiding from me is going to be exposed. I'm going to find out. So that's really strong. I'm going to find out. Now, for some of you, I'll say this. There's something you're doing in the background, something hidden, creating something maybe that's kind of working behind the scenes a little bit. But this is a real month where you're striking for victory. You're going for it. You're striking while the iron is hot. You've worked behind the scenes. Now you're going for it. Yeah. What is it? I feel the energy of like a viper energy, like staying quiet, and then just jumping out and grabbing something. It's like striking while the iron's hot, striking quickly, striking like coming out of a place where nobody suspected. I feel, Taurus, like is it you're trying to catch somebody, catch them out in their lies, catch them on the hop. But you'll win. You'll win through with this. You'll win through. I'm wondering why all of this energy. Jupiter went direct last month in the 8th house of kind of having that intuition to get to the root of a situation, get to the root of a problem. And maybe since last month you've kind of figured out how you feel about something, and it's like, I'm going to strike while the iron's hot. So yeah, I don't know. But this is the feeling of being left out within a group of friends, left behind in the work, left behind in some situation. But it's a very strong financial card, feeling like I'm not going to be left behind. I'm not going to watch my bank balance dwindle. I'm not going to be out in the cold while everybody else is having fun too. I want to start getting out there. I want to start getting out there and communicating my needs. This is quite an Aries card, say Mercury style in Aries, maybe sometimes even Saturn in Aries. It's a serious communication that you need to have with somebody about two things. One is about somebody who's not telling you the truth about something, and a serious, real serious conversation where I feel you're striking in and saying, tell me the truth, tell me what's going on. So that could be happening. But the other thing is that it could be around a financial situation, you feeling that somebody's pulling the wool over your eyes with your money or with your business, and you feeling that you're being very generous, you're giving. You're the one maybe paying for things, you're the one shelling out for things. And yet, I get the feeling, Taurus, like you're being generous and somebody is just take. So there is definitely, I have to say it, there is something being exposed this month where you get to win because you've trusted your instinct, and your instinct told you that somebody is not trustworthy, or some situation is not all that it seems. Somebody is selling you a yarn. Somebody is smoke and mirrors with you. And I think you should trust your instincts here, and I think you should get really serious. No messiness. Remember the full moon. No messiness, no drink involved, no sloppiness, but get to the root of something. Get to the heart of the matter by finding out what's really going on. Finding out what's really going on. You're like Columbo this month, Taurus. It's like, Again, that feeling of how dare they try to deceive me like that? How dare they think that I would buy into that? How dare they think that I wouldn't sense, feel, notice the shady vibes within this group of friends or around this financial situation or business situation? They think I wouldn't know. Well, here's me going off and doing my own thing. Feeling of being let down by somebody. Being let down. But again, you knew it. You sensed it. You knew they'd let you down. You knew they were going to do it. But you gave them the benefit of the doubt. And I still feel, Taurus, there's this thing of, after all my generosity, after all the good vibes that I gave them, after all the happy, good intentions I sent their way, after everything I've done for them, they were fooling me. They were lying to me, but not anymore. Not anymore. Now, mid-month, here we have you being the one in the middle, trying to keep the peace, saying nothing. Now, I wonder, and this is the card of swift communication, bold, brave, and immediate, getting out there and just saying something blunt. I think that if you handle this well, Taurus, other people are going to trip themselves up around the time of the full moon. You sit down. This is moon in Libra. Libra is very balanced. Libra is very, let's say, savvy. Libra has control over their emotions in some way. So you sit down. You don't get carried away by emotions around the time of the full moon. And I think that somebody says something, they blurt something out. It comes out, it's exposed. They blurt it out because they can't help themselves. And it feels like you kind of feel emotionally better because you've learned the truth. It's like, I'm glad I learned the truth. I'm glad I didn't get involved. I'm glad I tried to even, at points, try to handle it very diplomatically. I'm glad I tried to keep it all smooth. I'm glad I tried not to let it all get super messy. But the other person didn't. They didn't. And now I have the feeling that I can't support their behavior anymore. I can't support it. I can't put any more time, effort, or energy into this situation or this person anymore. It's over. It's over. The plans we had together are over. The things we were going to set up, the projects we were going to do, it's over. I've got to do this by myself. I've got to take control of this by myself. I've got to handle some financial difficulties by myself. I've got to get stuck in and do this myself. There's the real feeling of, it's almost like somebody said that you could depend on them, and it turns out you can't. Now, I strongly feel this is a friend, not necessarily a lover, because I think things are going great in the love vibe this month. It's almost like a friend or somebody in work, or somebody that you trusted. Could be around a financial situation too. It's like, I'm not going to be generous anymore with these people. They just don't appreciate it. There could be the feeling of you giving a gift to somebody and they just don't appreciate it. You handing them a golden opportunity and they just don't appreciate it. And you're saying, that's the last time I'm going to do that. That's over. That's over. So for me, Taurus, it's like there's a real shift in your thinking this month, because you've been so generous, you've been so trusting, you've been so kind, you've been so willing to help, you've been so really willing to be a solid, good friend or a solid person that can be relied upon. And what I find is that somebody else isn't that trustworthy, and somebody else is just riding you like the rodeo. You know, they just see the cash cow. They see somebody that they can take from. And they're not willing to put any work into anything. They're not willing to try. They're not willing to make an effort. But it seems that they're great at spinning a narrative that you have up until now fallen for. you know? But not anymore. That's the point of this month. Not anymore. Because the magician is coming in. He's pointing out all the tricky business with somebody. And it could be sun, moon or ascendant Pisces or Cancer or Scorpio. Maybe even Gemini there. I don't know. But very strong Cancer, very strong Pisces. And the magician is just stepping right in and saying, this is time that you really got to see what's laid out in front of you, what's on the table. This is the time that you get to see the truth of a situation, of a person. This is the moment where you get to see that somebody is not honest. Somebody is not trustworthy, but they're very, very good at telling you what you need to hear, or telling you something that will comfort you, telling you something that will make all your effort seem like it's worth it. But they're just users. And the magician is pointing this out to you. And he's saying, well, what do you want to do now? You know, what do you want to say now? Where do you want to go with this? Yeah, it seems like it's a gift that's coming your way. A gift. But I do strongly feel somebody is tripping themselves up with some communication. They're going to say something that exposes who they really are. The shade of it. The shadiness of them. The tricksterness of them. The lies of them. And I never usually do readings like this, Taurus. I think you know that I don't like getting involved in that kind of drama. They're liars and they're this and they're that. But this is very strong. So it seems the gift is that they get to communicate. And I think there's something that you're doing too. You do have a bit of a role in this. It's almost like you're coaxing them out. Come out, come out. You're coaxing them out to trip themselves up. But do it with balance, do it with diplomacy, do it with style, Taurus. And they will trip themselves up. They really will. Because what you'll see is that they're unscrupulous, that they're lazy, that they are negative, and maybe even in some cases downright shady. In some cases not a true friend at all, not somebody that you want to be around at all, not somebody that you want to have any more to do with at all. And this is kind of saying, you know, Taurus, you're going to see all of this, but you also do need to take a bit of a time out at the end of the month to process this, to maybe even recover from this. Because there's a feeling here with this last card of you saying, even I'll pretend this isn't happening. I'll see it, it'll hurt me, it will be exposed, but then I'll try to make everything better again. I'll try to pretend it never happened. Now, Taurus, I can't tell you what to do, but that would just be, from my opinion, that would just be inviting more of the same old, same old. For me, I don't think this person or this group or whoever this is actually genuinely has a good character. I think the flaws in their character are not something that you can overlook, should I say. And as tempting as it is for you to pretend that it's not happening, that what I've seen it mustn't be the truth, it can't be true, there must be some better quality in them, they must be a nicer person, they can't be really like that. Well, from what I see, they are like that. But the big question is, can you accept that? Can you really take a time away, pull yourself away from this situation or this person to really analyze this and to bring real truth to it and not to gloss over it with what you'd like it to be? This is a real moment of saying, I'm going to have to face this, that these friends, this person, this situation is as shady as they are. And even though they seem to be wonderful at coming up with excuses, and wonderful at explaining why they've behaved this way. It's like, well, you know, I didn't mean to hurt you. I only said that, or I only... Sorry, it's like it's not plausible. It's like they will give a plausible excuse, but it's not true. They just know how to work you. They know how to get back on the right side of you, Taurus. And I don't want you to fall for that. I can't tell you what to do, but there seems to be honesty being brought to you here. Something is being exposed, something shady going on, to do with friends, maybe to do with money, to do with a situation that you're wasting a lot of time on when you should be just focusing on what you're doing. And it would be a pity if you didn't see what Virgo season is trying to show you. And it would be a pity if you just fell back into that old narrative, that old belief system of how you used to treat this situation or this person. So Taurus, sorry Taurus, I just got cut out there. I'm going to leave it at that, my love, and I'm going to leave it with the vibe that I know you can get through whatever challenging or weird energy that's going on this month. I know that you'll have a victory through it all, and I know whatever's going to be shown to you is helping you to have this victory. So I trust that you'll be fine, Taurus. Now, you know these are the general readings of the general energies. To get into the real nitty-gritty, to find out what's going on in your relationship, for the singles, to find out if there's love magic in the air this month, and I think there is, for money and career, family, friends, for anything that we didn't touch upon here, we're going to open it all right out into the real details in the deep read, the VIMEO readings. They're linked down there below. Come along and we will get right to the heart of the matter, hopefully, into what's going on here this month, Taurus, so that you have a bit of a kind of more of a heads up. So yeah, come along to the VIMEO readings, the deep read, and I am going to leave you, my beauty, with full confidence that you'll master this month. But I am going to leave you with all my love and a great, great big kiss from me to you. Mwah. Until next month, my gorgeous. Bye.